So yeah, that was a minor court win that they weren't going to do that. But in the same article, Conor produced DMs from Artem saying he would, in writing, never take any money from the Proper 12 deal. So it's like, that's what you took from Conor's tweets? That he's taking pot shots because he got a minor win in court? How about he got a complete headshot in the court case? Like, of the two things that happened, there's one hand, like, oh, we got this minor thing where they're not going to see him in this special court. And then on the other, Conor drove a stake through the heart of his case. And now Conor knows for sure there's absolutely no chance he's going to lose the case. All right, so devastating news for Artem in the court case against Conor. And then after that, I talked a little bit about it yesterday, but afterwards, Conor went on Twitter and talked about some other things that we're going to talk about, because he addressed some of the stuff from the case. And then he talked about some other stuff that we didn't know about. And, he's definitely putting his finger straight in Artem's eye. He's like, oh, how you like them apples, Artem? And like we discussed yesterday, but I'll re-discuss here on this video, Artem is dead in the water. His case dead. His case is completely dead. And it's dead not because of anything that would, like normally you hear something about a case, you're like, oh, this weird statute that, no regular people understand makes this guy's complaint null and void. It's not like that. It's like anything. It's like something that like a 5-year-old could understand. It's like, oh, wow, you didn't know that existed, Artem, before you filed the suit? Like, you didn't go and check that? Because if you knew that was there, I assume if you would have told your lawyer about that, they would have been like, we have no case at all. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm going to tell you about that. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know because I talked about it yesterday, but then we'll talk about that and then everything else. So before we do though, like I say on every single video, I ask that if you're going to watch my videos, all you have to do is subscribe. It's a gentleman's agreement. Like I say every time, it's like those things where you take the candy from the store that has like the jar at the front. It's like honor system, put 25 cents in for muscular dystrophy. It's free, dude. Just subscribe to the channel and you can watch all of my stuff, or you could just not subscribe and be a prick about it. But nonetheless, it's the honor system. I appreciate the people that do. And then also, I need to thank Yo Kratom on this one because, I use their, I literally just took it and I'm like, well, how many do I have to do a month? This seems like a good time to do it since I just use their product right now. Yo Kratom. I'm not allowed to talk about what Kratom is because I'll get age restricted and I will never, ever have that happen again. But if you're a Kratom user, $60 kilograms, $60 kilograms. The product is great. They have all the strains. Give them a look, yokratom.com. All right. So what happened yesterday? So we'll start there, right? So this is like in a civil case over money. This evidence would essentially be the equivalent of a murder trial, right? And let's say Artem was on trial for murder, right? And it was like, he's all, no, I didn't do it. And the defense attorney's like, okay, I just need you to understand. They're offering you 15 years. If you don't take the deal, you could face life. But I didn't do it. They're all, is there anything else you need to tell me, Artem? He's like, nothing. They're like, I don't even really care if you did it. I just need to know if there's anything relevant about the case that you know that I should know. So there's nothing. And then like it turns out like on the internet, there's like a YouTube video of him stabbing the guy in the head. He's all, you're dying. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. He's all, you didn't think that was relevant to tell me about the YouTube video? You thought the YouTube video wasn't going to have a relevance on the case? The fact that there's a YouTube video of you committing the murder, that didn't seem relevant. Because now you're going to go to jail forever, dude. What are you doing? Because that's basically the equivalent of the evidence that Conor produced in this case, which was a series of Instagram DMs between Artem and Conor, where Artem said the following. I will read it to you, okay? Artem said, let me start by saying that this is in 2019, by the way. Let me start by saying that I swear on my child's life, I will not, all capital, take a cent out of the whiskey deal. That is something I enjoy doing, and the thought of knowing that I helped you with something keeps me warm on the coldest of nights. Now that I told you all this, and like I said, I swear on my child, I will not take a cent. This is something I cannot go back on. So, that, as they say, is a contract, okay? I realize that people who don't know business don't realize that if you write something down like that, I won't take a cent. Now, I will say this. I don't know the context of the conversation, but the plaintiff saying in writing to the defendant, I don't want any money for the work that I did on this job, for the work that I did on this company, That is a contract, okay? Like, I don't know, I don't know Irish law. I don't know Russian. I don't know exactly what jurisdiction we're talking about here. But in Texas, okay, if I just said it to you, okay, if I just went, hey, dude, look, I just want you to know that what keeps me warm on the coldest of nights. I'm not trying to be a dick about that. I feel bad because Conor's tweet with that was swearing on your child's life is ludicrous, pal. Actually revolting. And then he's like, quote, keeps me warm on the coldest of nights. Ha ha. Fuck's sake, lad. What the fuck happened to you, man? Piss off and leave me alone. How about that, lad? Fucking turncoat prick. So that's only funny because someone making a proclamation like that, like, listen, dude. It's like, it's a little like, I'm trying not to be a dick about this because I feel bad for Artem. I know the only reason he would do this is because he needs money. He's at the end of his career. I'm extremely empathetic to fighters getting to the end of their career, having a family, needing money. So I'm trying really hard not to be a dick, but I'm kind of wired to be a dick on videos, Like anyone who ends up doing like an interview with me, they're like, dude, you're a good guy. I'm like, I know. They're like, I just assumed you were a total prick. I'm like, I know. There's just something about being a prick on videos that makes it much funnier. And so I just, I'm here to entertain, dude. So I'm going to be a dick right now, but I'm not actually being a dick. Artem, I feel for you, dude. I really do. I feel for you. I'm serious. But just give me a free pass on being a total prick right now. So when someone makes proclamations like that, right? Like where it's like, it's just something like so over the top about it. It's just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, just be like, look, dude, listen, man, I did that for you because I wanted to do that. I'm not going to take any money from that deal. Okay. That means more than the over the top proclamation. That's what people don't understand. That's what like most people don't understand. Like if I look you in the face, if I look like this is actually the important message is you want to be a person, right? You want to be a person where you can look a dude in the face and go, listen, man, I did that because I wanted to help you. I'm not taking any money off this deal. And they go, all right. And they file that away and they know for sure there is no scenario where you're coming back for money because your word is solid like that. You gave them a one-on-one calmly delivered message and they're like, all right, people who make outlandish proclamations, that's way less solid as you can see in this exact, situation. I swear on my children, I will never, ever, ever, ever do this thing ever. The fact that I helped you keeps me warm in the coldest of nights. And I would never go back on my word now. Except now I'm going back on my word. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like me and my buddies. So one of the things that me and my best friend Mike used to always laugh about, we would laugh about this shit all the time, is like when we were like dating girls and like they'd get all like they would get dramatic. We would, anytime that a girl would make like an outlandish over the top proclamation, we would read it to each other and we would fucking just die laughing. Cause we always like both of us just found that so funny, dude. Like I was, when I was together with, if you guys really been following me for a long time, you may remember a girl that I used to call Bibs in my stories. And I used to tell all kinds of stories about Bibs. That was a dirty, dirty girl back in the day. Like, dude, before I was with Gabrielle, I dated bad girls, man. Like bad girls. And now, being the age I am now where I've actually gotten to see how their lives played out, man, it's lucky I didn't end up with those girls. I mean, we would just ended up getting divorced. But like, they're like bad girls, dude. Like cheating wives, bad girls, which is totally unsurprising given the nature of my relationships with them. But anyway, Bibs sent me this message one time where like, I can't remember what she did. She did something like, it wasn't even really that big of a deal, but like I used to manipulate like girls I was dating, like with stuff like that. Like if they did something that I could kind of skew as like, I can't believe you did that, I would like hold it over them. I don't really even know why I did it, but I used to do that when it didn't even really bother me, like I would just be like, well, now I guess I can't trust you. So she said, she like wrote, this is how long ago, she like wrote me this note and dropped it off at our apartment. And I opened it and read it, and me and Mike read it together, and we were fucking crying, laughing. The one line, like if I texted this to him right now, he would die laughing. And she's like, I miss you with every cell in my body. So fucking ridiculous, dude. I hadn't seen her in like fucking 2 days, dude. Like 2 days. 2 days. I can't continue. Every cell in my body screaming for you. Shut the fuck up, dude. I'm not even mad. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just getting the upper hand because I'm a child and I just feel like this is kind of fun, you know? Jesus. Every cell in my body. It keeps me warm in the coldest of nights. Shut up, Artem. Jesus. You want to know what would have kept you warm? Is the $1 million he offered you, dude. That would have kept you nice and fucking warm, dude. Nice and warm. And so, you know, basically Conor's other stuff that he said, he said, Artem, so here's the other thing. So the journalist that wrote this story, Conor continues to take shots at, quote, I can't believe I can't swear anymore. Effing idiot Artem Lobov after minor court win. That's what Jed Meshew put in his MMA fighting article. Hey, bud, dude. You think, okay, yeah. So there's a component to that, which was Artem was trying to move to get the court case seen in this court that handles big money things, kind of in an expedited fashion. And they were like, no, we're not going to do that. So yeah, that was a minor court win that they weren't going to do that. But in the same article, Conor produced DMs from Artem saying he would, in writing, never take any money from the Proper 12 deal. So it's like, that's what you took from Conor's tweets? That he's taking pot shots because he got a minor win in court? How about he got a complete headshot in the court case? Like, of the two things that happened, there's one hand, we got this minor thing where they're not going to see him in this special court. And then on the other, Conor drove a stake through the heart of his case. And now Conor knows for sure there's absolutely no chance he's going to lose the case. I mean, I feel like the minor win is probably the lesser of the two things that happened. You know what I mean? Anyway, but so Conor tweeted about that. Artem, you little Johnny head, unlucky the other day in court, Proper 12 day. But what did you expect? I want them court fees the judge awarded me also. Need them, pal. Fucking idiot. So that's the sad part about this. What's going to end up happening, especially because of the DMs, is not only is Conor going to win, they're going to award Conor any of the costs associated with Conor having to defend this because it's completely frivolous. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to be a dick. I really do feel bad for Artem. I really genuinely do. I take no pleasure in this. I'm laughing at it because it's just the way that I do videos. I take no pleasure at all in this, at all. I understand why Conor does, but I don't, right? I'm not mad at Conor, though. Dude, someone comes and sues me frivolously and then they have to fucking pay my court fees. I'd fucking dance on their grave on Twitter, too. But nonetheless, what's the sad thing is that Conor's going to win. And not only is Artem going to get no money, they're going to award Conor all the money it costs to defend it. So Artem's going to come out of this thing in the hole, however many hundreds of thousands of dollars Conor's going to say that he spent. And look, dude, is Conor a big enough dick to actually go after him to collect? Probably not, But I think he might talk a lot of shit on Twitter. So here's the other thing that Conor said. So because what's his name? Artem said that he's going to write a book. Someone on my live stream yesterday, they're all, this whole thing's a work, dude. It's Artem promoting his new book. I was like, oh, he has a new book coming out? Because if he does, then that might be true. If Artem's book drops next week, then yeah, that is totally possible. They're all, no, he just said he's going to write it. I'm like, oh yeah? He's promoting a book he doesn't even have a book deal for yet. I think that most likely that's not the case. I feel like the book may have something to do with the fact that he just lost this case and he's like, how the hell am I going to make money? Maybe I'll go write a book. That seems like the only realistic thing to do. And if he hates Conor, he's probably got a lot of tell-all shit to do. He's probably got a pretty good fucking book there. But nonetheless, this is not fake. But anyway, Conor responded, I've decided to write a book. I'm calling it Coattail Riding Rat Cunt Rest in Piss. Jesus. And then someone responded to him, you're being sued, mate. Best to keep your mouth shut and let the lawyers do the talking. That's what you're paying them for. And Conor responded, I'm not paying these lawyers nothing. Little rat Artem is. The business genius with his college degree. Fucking jackass. And then he said, it's deeper than the dough for me. Put it on my box. Which means I assume box is his coffin. So he's like, because here's the thing, dude. In all honesty, if Conor offered him money, especially if he offered him $1 million and Artem turned it down, and then when Artem didn't get whatever social credit he thought he was going to get from turning that money down, which obviously was really stupid. He's like, well, now I'm going to sue Conor for a lot more than that. Dude, I'd be like, fuck you too. You know what I mean? Be like, dude, I offered you $1 million, Artem. Can you just go ahead and run through your 38 years of life and, tell me what the biggest check you ever got was. Just tell me what the biggest check you ever got was. So multiply that by about 20. That's what I offered you. You told me you didn't want it. If you would have come to me man to man and told me now you really need it, maybe, maybe. But I mean, if nothing else, I guess you've learned a valuable lesson. If someone offers you $1 million, maybe don't say no. Maybe don't say no. Anyway, that's what I got. Peace.